Hey guys, welcome to the Pro Traders Lounge. Today it's Scalping Corner. We're going to have Van Sailing starting off. So let me switch over to his monitor. Michael, are you streaming?
Yeah, I'm here. All good, all good.
Should we do a quick
Good
sound
morning,
check to make
guys.
sure everyone can hear us? Hey guys,
Yeah,
welcome to the
let
Pro
us know.
Traders
Let us
Lounge.
know in session questions if you can
Yeah.
hear and see us pretty clear. And then
Yo.
we will start right off. Hi, Yuki. How's things?
All good.
Very good. Nice. So, everyone new here, welcome to our Scalping Corner. What we're doing here basically is watching the market live and waiting for opportunities if some nice opportunities arise during, before, and after New York Open. So, I'll quickly go over what we talked about yesterday. I hope a few of you saw our late night session yesterday. We were around this area here, basically, and most like it was PC Trader R on, and we were discussing a slight throwback. I wanted to see previous day equilibrium touched. We came exactly into it so far, and it already gave a nice reaction. I can also show you how it looked like on speed of waves. So really nice. Again, here the move down now. We got some action, like some heavy selling into this previous day equilibrium level. And you can see already here for a scalp, it gave a really nice reaction so far. It was about 0.7%. It's really good for a small scalp, and we can see where we take it from here. So what I'm monitoring here basically is CVD. Here we are on Binance. I will monitor it also on the other exchanges, but basically what could happen is we either swing failure it or we build up some nice bullish CVD diffs, for example, and we could always get a nice retracement into the 618, for example, or 786 with some bearish CVD or another scalp entry. Also comparing it here, for example, to Bybit, you can see Bybit data is way more erratic because already here people are starting to short, then they get stopped out, then they come in again, try again. Longs defending the low, and we have a small pump. Also here now, for example, we see on Bybit, people started too long. So for me, also a sign that we might go lower because we got some late longs here in this region now. And I'm pretty sure they will get stopped out, especially as Bybit always has the, let's say, traders or a lot of traders with very little experience. So also here, we can see on the reversal chart, my waves cluster chart, we got a lot of negative delta here into this move down. So comparing it to the other wicks, you can see the size is pretty high. And every time we had one of those wicks, we got a nice pump to the upside, basically, at least for a scalp. So besides that, I'll have a quick look here. Oh, interesting. We did not touch the previous VWAP yet. So that's still a level below. Like we had the perfect touch here at previous day equilibrium, but we did not run into the previous VWAP close. So that's something I would really like to touch again, because as mentioned yesterday in the stream, we got a nice reaction to the upside on the move from the previous VWAP close and made our way down now. And I would love to see the same here, basically. So let's see if we can get a reaction. I will monitor all different exchanges now throughout this session to see if we get a swing failure. Like it could be that we get a swing failure only on BTC USDT, for example, and we don't get one on BTC USD. But yeah, for me, overall, higher time frame, I mentioned also yesterday, I still would like to see a bit higher. So I'm having the pitchfork, the massive pitchfork available here, basically, and it gave us already two nice trades here. First reaction, then a few days ago, second reaction, and for me, it's all about the reclaim now. So what are we doing here on the pitchfork, or are we just going on and ranging here and freaking everyone out? So could also be a scenario to just go sideways from here and then see where we take it. I shared the FIP channel yesterday too with you guys. So saying that basically we are in a range here locally, and we have quite a way to go to the upside in order to come back to my FIP channel. And you can see here how well it was respected over the last few weeks, months, basically. Broke through, nearly backtested it, and so basically we have like two major levels here as support and resistance I'm waiting for on higher time frame. But yeah, let's see if we get some volatility in the next few minutes, and I'll jump back on. I can hand over to Paul now.
Hi there. Hello. If you can see the screen, I've already got a value area of the range outlined here on the screen. Hopefully you guys can see this okay. You'll see that the range has been respected really, really well here, and this is the places to look for scalps are obviously top of the value area, which we bounced off this morning. I think it's this morning we bounced off there. We've come down to the middle of the range. Obviously, this is to a degree some support and maybe a region to look for a scalp here, depending on the reaction. Obviously, on EXO, which looks at the moment, you know, like a decent reaction. To be fair, as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, just watching watch the reaction here, and possibly looking for a scalp off this level, which I think, let me have a look. Yeah, we're getting an all right reaction. Obviously, best places for trading in this range is the range, bottom of the range, and to a degree, we've got some support here in the middle of the range. If you're scalping from the top of the range down to the middle of the range, you know, obviously this is a key take profit area at the moment. Personally, I'm still in a long yesterday from this test of the bottom of the value area. I think I highlighted that yesterday in the stream. I was with Imi and somebody else. So, you know, I've taken a bit of profit up both at the center of the range, and you know, obviously also at the top. I'm expecting higher personally, but for scalping purposes, obviously these three levels are really important. So yeah, we're getting a nice little bounce here off this spot. This headline, by the way, is your old really is an angle average. I don't know why I actually have that on there, but because it's not necessarily needed, but you know, but yeah, here we are at the moment. We're getting an okay bounce. Yeah, just the levels. See, volatility. I'm expecting higher on the ES, which gives me. Oh, I'm sorry. Yep. Do you want to pop over to Dookie and let him? Yeah. Thank you.
I'm here. Can you see the screen? All good, all good. How are we doing, everybody? So, just going to give a quick recap, I suppose, over what I was on a stream earlier today. I'm going to kind of recap over the scalping theory I use without using exo charts. Very simple. I'll go over this very quickly. But for those who want to know a little bit more about it, please do come to the Pro Traders Lounge and I'll go a little bit more in depth. But for now, let's keep it simple. So we were doing a stream earlier today and Imi firstly identified this triangle that was in play. And it's afterwards I was explaining the kind of the scalping technique I use to keep it simple. And that's just basically using the volume indicator on TradingView and trading high buy volume, will I say, into resistance, high sell volume into support. And this is just a perfect example of what I'm looking at. So let's, this high that was put in over here, here. If we look, and we're on the 5-minute time frame, by the way, if we look at the volume candle that we have here, look at the buy volume that went into that high. Now, obviously, you would have to have your region marked for this, but again, I'm just going to run over it quickly. The volume that went into that high in comparison to any of the rest of the volume, okay? So for me, that's a good signal. When you're starting to build a range, you're looking for these volume spikes at the highs and these volume spikes at the lows. So that first one came in, great reversal point. If we move on to the low where we put in the A of this triangle, as you can see, big spike of buy or sell volume into the low, which pushed us up to the high. Not so much up here did we get it, but again, if we move over to the C of the triangle, again, that big spike in volume, a lot of sells into the low, which is the low of your range. And this is where IMBY start identifying the triangle. We put in the D this morning. And we come over here, and what gave me the bias that we were going to fake out to the high of that triangle more so than take out the low first, because I know it is a kind of 50-50 of two scenarios, which way is going to go first. This is what I was looking at. If you can see, when we came back into the low of this triangle, we had the sell volume. I'm actually going to go down onto the 1 minute now. If we look at the low of this triangle, came down, big sells into the low, didn't break the low of the triangle, and then put in a higher low with buy volume increasing, and we made it up to the high of the triangle. As you can see, when we got to the high of this triangle, you have nothing significant you have no buys into that trend line resistance. So for me, that was the first trigger to think, okay, there's not much going on here for a reversal. Yeah, we got a smaller reversal and back down where we came into, what was that area? The previous day value area high, we got huge sells on the 1 minute chart into that value area high, which pushed us out of the triangle. So my bias was basically sold into the lows, followed by buys, and didn't get that sell or buy volume into the high. So for me, it made sense to trap more longs by pushing up that little bit higher. That's what I was looking at, I suppose, from that scalping technique. When we broke out of the triangle, we came back in, obviously, of everybody and their mother in retail trying to long here, broke down through. Where did we bounce? The previous day equilibrium. That's not perfectly marked, but if you check your exo charts, you can find it. You can see massive sells into that level, followed by your buy volume. Again, what I'm trying to explain here, you can keep your scalping techniques very, very simple. Once you know the levels to trade from and you've gathered the statistics, which I'm going to show you a full module on this, how to keep it simple. Yeah, that's it. That's it for my easy scalping technique, I suppose, which brings us to where we are now. On the stream earlier, what I was telling everybody, I'll just clear this up a little bit. What I was looking for, there's two levels of interest for me today. Level one was your time point of control, sitting up at around 20,200, and below that, the level of interest below, I was looking for the value area low of yesterday's time value areas. Right now, we're still in the middle of that. I haven't taken anything significant other than a couple of small trades, but nothing significant. For me, I'm waiting for higher or lower. If we go over onto the trading view chart, what I was showing people earlier was I'm looking for this overall range in general. Turn off this volume. This is what I'm looking for. I would love a revisit to the low of that range. Personally, you don't always get what you want, so it's level to level. That's why, firstly, I'm looking for, if we get there, the swing maybe below that daily that was put in yesterday, in around that region, I'll start to look for longs. Should we see weakness where we are now, we're bouncing from that previous day equilibrium. We break up to the highs. We have two levels I'm looking at. That poor high that was put in here on the 27th and that time point of control. So that's it, fairly simple for me. Yeah.
Nice view, Dukey. Thanks a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone new here, we got a few new members in here, and I think the stream is public too. So everyone who does not know about what we are doing inside the Pro Traders Lounge, basically you get sessions like this, about 14 sessions a week. We had one already today for London Open and another one yesterday at the daily close, where we went over our ideas, and basically we are sharing our ideas live as the trades and the market evolves in all of the session, and have a really nice community inside the Discord. So if you're new to our stream here, check out our website or join our Discord to find out more about it. And we will see. Now we got a nice pump from the reaction of the previous day equilibrium I mentioned yesterday. So really love it. Really nice.
Nice. Very nice.
Really. Imi, can you switch back on my screen? Now we can see. Awesome.
We're tracking. We're in a range in the ES as well, guys. Just so that you know, if you like it for Confluence, you'll see that we're in a range pretty much since. Let's have a look. The 23rd of September. I'm looking through here. 23rd of September. We're just hitting the midpoint of the range, sort of at the moment, or a weekly level on the ES, and Bitcoin's following it. We've been ranging in with Bitcoin too, and I don't know if we can show the screen and you can compare the two. It's always useful to see. So this is sorry, badly drawn lines of mine there, but you can see this range. Yeah. So
buy better internet for Paul.
I've got a generally really good connection. I do not understand. We're in this range. You can see anyway on the ES, very very similar to what we've got with Bitcoin. When I zoom across to Bitcoin and zoom, I'll slow this down again so you guys can see. Bitcoin tends to deviate a bit more. People using probably higher leverage and hence the massive deviations, but generally in a very similar range. I'll just swap. You see they.
Speed of day. We are getting some aggressive longs up in here now on FTX. You can see the wick here. Let me check other exchanges if it's worth to think about a scalp short.
Bybit's being squeezed. The short
and Binance.
Short's been squeezed on BTC USDT. We're seeing decrease in open interest, rise in price, showing short at the closing out there.
Yeah, right, coming right into my take profits. Beautiful.
Nice. Good morning, PC.
Morning, PC. How are you?
Hi, guys. Just to let everyone know, this is a little early for me, but I did take a scalp this morning. It's the one I kind of was telling you guys to watch out for at daily close. We've been ranging within our little potential range. We deviated into the daily pivot. I told you I was looking for it. I wasn't lying. I took the scalp. I've hit TP1. We're loving life. It's Thursday morning. How's everybody doing?
Oh, good boy. Very, very good.
I mean,
Very good.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
and honestly, it was fairly textbook. We went right to the daily pivot. As soon as we came into it with a high volume move, went for a sniper entry. It wasn't exactly sniper. It was like 140-ish, something like that. But within, I don't know, 20 minutes, started printing some nice fair value gaps in the 1 minute. And then I saw in the 5 minute. And then by then we had hit TP1. So I see no reason to cut this off. We do have some fair value gaps above us. Need to break them. Let's go back over to our range here. We're fighting with the bottom. Yeah. The potential range we talked about in daily open. Beautiful deviation to the top side. Just like we talked about, the deviation to the downside would hit these pivots perfectly. So you just can't, when you're ready for it, you can't not take it. That's it. It's a plan. It was ready. I had to pull the trigger. So I wanted to come on, hop on and give you guys a heads up on that.
Beautiful.
But now I'm just sipping, enjoying my coffee, and seeing what else she brings.
What I'm looking at here is if you take that a fixed range pull from the impulse up that brought us up into the range that we're in now. You've got the point of control above us, or a point of control from that fixed range pull. You've also got the VWAP lining up with that and the daily open. So what I'm going to be looking for is divergences coming back into that level. Do we get any? Are we going to bust through and show a sign of strength, or are we going to get the reaction we're looking for a further move down? So it's just a little bit of a waiting game now. We've got 9 minutes to New York Open, so it's
you called it right.
Sit back and wait.
Yeah,
if you take the volume profile from the low yesterday to the high, you'll see the point of control. It doesn't matter which pull you take it from, impulse or from the absolute low. Point of control is the same. It's the local golden pocket, just so you guys know. That's exactly where that point of control is lying. That would be nice.
Yeah, the local golden pocket as well. So golden pocket, point of control, back test to the daily open, and you've got that range point of control all sitting together. The only thing we have to do now is watch the volume coming into that level. And right now, I'm looking at Bybit USDT. Firstly, there's aggressive longs coming up into that level. I'm going to have a look at other exchanges now. So over onto Binance.
Just to input on I would take extreme caution when you see this rise on declining open interest, i.e., it's short's been squeezed into this area. So you have to exercise caution and know that this is not a genuine push up with volume. Sorry, so I'll let you carry on. But
no. That's
to say that that's to bear in mind.
That's where I was going to go with it, but definitely my next level of interest for sure. Yeah. So just to sit back and wait to see what happens in the next 7 minutes. Do we get that impulse of volume when the market's open?
Totally. Yeah, it's
we got a nice the reaction before, and the volume we got into the previous equilibrium was really nice. Like I always wait like half an hour, 40 minutes before New York Open. Because most of the time we get like either a liquidity grab or a possibility to re-enter in a position either lower or higher when we're ranging. So it's really nice for the New York Open to get into a scalp.
We find ourselves, interestingly, always coming back to test this daily open when I'm live with you, Michael. I seem to remember we're always coming back to test this daily open. And it always seems to line up with a golden pocket. You know what I'm saying? This is a regular thing. And I think last time we took a short off the daily open retest because we started seeing some bearish divergences. So this is a bit deja vu for me. So interesting.
But again here for me, like we got some aggressive longs as mentioned before here. So that's definitely TP1 here, and then we can see where we take it from here. It's not enough reason for me yet to look into a short here because the reaction was too poor and also the aggression was not that convincing across all the exchanges. So basically we saw aggressive longs only on Binance, BTC USD, T, and on FTX, but nothing really major to think we are doing a bigger reversal. It still can happen for sure, but for me it's TP1 stop loss into profit and let the rest go from here.
Also, Emmy, if you could show my screen real quick, I just wanted to kind of show what the local channel. Let's go ahead and get rid of our support zone here. We went through that yesterday. Yeah. So we're establishing this local channel here. I just pulled it from high to high to low to low. If you're going to be looking for shorts right this very second, what's the difference between shorting here, right where we are, and here? It's not that much. It's really not. And percentage-wise, it's minimal. You'll have more confirmation. I'd be obviously more content with the short higher up, a scalp short, boom, right in this region. If we're looking for liquidity, let's remember that though. 1, 2, higher highs back, so you can't discount that move. You really can't, because that would grab nice liquidity, just like we talked about last night. Look 2 higher highs, or in this case, 2 lower highs, or if we're looking in the other direction, 2 higher highs, go 2 back. And that's where you're going to find a lot of liquidity. So just wanted to bring that up, that we are forming a potential upward local range. Don't get terribly eager with shorts. Wait for it to break down. If you're not going to snipe a high, then you got to wait. That's just the game. That is the scalping game. Like I'm telling you that I've been doing this long enough to know that you're either sniping entries or you're waiting for confirmation. Anything in between is just a guess.
Absolutely. Amy, there's no sound on your side, just to let you know. The lads are saying here, there's no sound coming from your end.
Better make sure you're not muted, if that's the case, on Hubis.
Okay, can you hear me now?
We can hear you just fine.
So you didn't hear me the whole time?
No.
Oh,
We
gosh.
heard you,
Lad, I can tell you that he sang the most beautiful
Yeah,
song.
it was amazing.
Do
Right,
you know
I'll
what
start
it is?
again.
He was giving us TA in 4 different languages. You guys.
Oh my god, it was beautiful.
Right, let's start again. Right, so this is what we saw earlier. We were on a London morning live session, and we saw this triangle. I noticed a strong resistance zone in red, and if you zoom into this, you'll see there's a couple of order blocks in there and an imbalance. And the imbalance was wicked out, but it was a very fast wick. So to me, that's still a strong imbalance zone. So price broke out the triangle, trapped lots of traders in this, lots of longs in this area, rejected perfectly from my red zone and made the move down. At this point here, I was warning people to watch out for a bounce, because everyone's going to be. It's a very clear triangle. Everyone was going to be shorting towards these lows, so all the late shorts were stopped out there. So it's a nice little place to reload. Made the move down to this local high volume node, and that would have been a nice long. And the way I personally would have traded it was a long from here and SL below this high volume node. So so earlier on I said, if we break back into this triangle, we could range. If we take this kind of region here, that kind of region there, if we can claim that region there, I'd expect the highs to be taken, because this was a high volume node and there's a lot of liquidity above this region now. And the same goes to the downside. If we can, this downside now is a very strong area now as well. So if we can take those lows, I'd expect a much bigger move just a bigger move lower towards this kind of area, these lows. But this could be the local range until we get a breakout. Two strong areas here. These two blue zones. That's how I'm seeing current price action. So let me mute my mic again. If you guys want to finish off.
We're open and off. Yeah, the markets are open.
Yeah, if you show if you come and show my screen, it's actually very interesting. If you look at the volume profiles of the impulse up, it's not much of an impulse down, but I'm still going to take it from high to low. I still want to see it. The point of controls are very interesting to me, and we're obviously battling the point of control on the way down. We want to see that. If you're in a long, you want to see that claimed. That's just, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You want to see that claimed. Obvious resistance here. Point of control, 618. And then I mentioned we go 1, 2 higher highs back, which pretty much puts us right at the top of this potential range line. And what I did is I took this local volume and I zoomed in really, really far. Really, really far. You got to get in there and take a look at it. What do you see? I know what I see. I see inefficiencies lying right here. That if we clear them, boom, guess what we're hitting? Our magic white line. I see inefficiencies to be cleared there. I see a reason to go 2 higher highs back. I will have a take profit sitting there. I'll likely have a hedge scalp short ready to fire there. Not preset. I'll wait for the reaction. I want to see if we get it. But there is a reason to think we can go 1, 2 above. Grab the liquidity. There are inefficiencies there. So just something to keep an eye on, because you always got to look at the recent volume. We can't just look at the impulse up. We got to look at the impulse down too, because we got to be prepared for this move up. So just wanted to give you guys that little tidbit before we took off.
Beautiful.
Anybody else?
Yeah, we have NY open now. Nothing major going on yet on the charts.
Really calm, open.
Yeah.
I still would love to have the previous day we were close step, to be honest. Like, even if we got a nice reaction now, would not mind to swing failure this local low. But let's see if we get there. But yeah, so far, nice and calm open. And we will see.
I do love how we got that deviation, though. I mean, that was just beautiful. We talked about why there could be a potential range in that area to start with. The daily open. And then when the daily pivots printed, we said, oh, man, this is perfect. We had almost a identical size deviation to the top side. This pivot would give us an almost identical deviation to the downside. Had alerts there. I had literally just woken up when those things went off. I smashed the button, and then I rubbed the sleep out of my eyes, got some coffee, and came to join you fine folks.
Mm-hmm. Nice
Beautiful.
one.
It was a perfect play on the TR pocket as well. If I'm just looking at it now, perfect play. Came up, took the high at 10:15 last night. Down at last low we put in on the previous day equilibrium was the low of the TR pocket, and now we're back within the TR pocket for now.
Yeah, nice.
So it looks good.
TR pockets. Fill my pockets.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, it's early my time. I'm going to make stupid jokes if it's early my time. That's just a given.
It's okay. Nice. Do we have some questions, guys? Let's see. Everyone. So if you want to ask some questions, for those of you on YouTube, join our Discord. You can go to protraderslaunch.com and find the Discord link there. then you can ask questions in the waiting room or sign up. Let me see. Scalping Corner. No sound, no sound. Yuki with ice cream. Nice one. Got a question for Yuki.
Yeah.
Will you be sharing some of the statistics? And when will you do your module? Ooh, module question.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Simple answer, yes. I have lots of statistics to share in regards to TPO, and it's all going to be released fairly soon. So for those of you who want to know more, come over to Pro Traders Lounge. Even sitting within the waiting room in the Pro Traders Lounge, which is the free section of the lounge, the Discord, there's a lot being shared in there as well. So even if you're not coming in as a member, definitely pop into the free Discord for sure.
Yeah, and I think the schedule will be released for the videos soon. So you will get to know which module of which Pro Trader comes out when. And happy days for a lot of people, because I've been waiting to know more about your techniques as well. So
bring it on.
Really
bring
nice.
it on.
So much to learn from each other too. Like really amazing how much knowledge everyone has a different style and type of trading. So
absolutely, like if you think of the diversity between it, you've got Trader R with his pivots with the TR pocket, you've got Patrick with his volume, his read on volume profiles, you've got the speed of waves, you've got Imi, his order blocks, Netzo with his aggregated. There's so much going on. And it's fresh. That's the thing about it. It's fresh. So I'm looking forward to seeing Younes with his Elliott waves. I'm looking forward to seeing all this. It's something I've been waiting for a long time personally. So bring it on.
Oh yeah, Elliott wave too. We have today. There's another session, guys, inside the launch. So we have Elliott wave session coming up with Younes and General. And we are getting some aggression in here. What is happening? Well, not too much. A few shorts here into this level on Binance, but nothing too aggressive yet. Bybit looking good. FTX, yeah, also. Where's FTX window here? There it is. Yeah. But yeah, where did we retrace here? Oh. Yeah, local 618. Nice small reaction so far.
Let me refresh this to make sure I'm looking at the right thing. I am. Have you guys taken a look at the local CVD lately?
Yep.
Local CVD.
Anyone? Bueller?
Super.
That's
CVD.
Yeah. That's something that should catch your eye, honest to God. Like if we start breaking down, don't fade it, because that means it's leading. But I don't know. Be careful. Like I said, if you're into, I'm going to give you the exact same advice that I gave you at daily open close. Any trade that you're taking in this area, in these little 19Ks, whatever, it's a scalp. I don't care what your expectations for it are. It's a scalp, whether you like it or not. So you need to treat it as a scalp if you want to make some money. That is taking profits quickly, securing the win with a stop loss. If it gets taken out and you want to re-enter, guess what you can do? You can re-enter. It's magic. It's beautiful. You know, you're not limited to one entry only. I would say take care of your positions. Take care of your capital. That's going to be more important than catching the big move here. Is taking care of your own accounts. I can promise you that.
Those paper accounts, Patrick, is it?
Well, they're all paper. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I like the glossy paper myself. You know, that real thick invitation stuff.
Yeah, me too. I have a good bit of it there.
On 30 minutes time frame, Bybit. We are creating some bullish CVD dips too, so something to keep in mind. Not something actively, but high time frame sometimes can give also good confluence here. So if we get a retrace to like, I don't know, 18,700, 18,900 area with holding up the bullish CVD dips here, we could get a nice reaction for the higher time frame moves. But yeah, so far, so good here. Locally, not much. See if we go and take out the lows, or at least get back to the 786 of the local up move here. Monitoring that one right now. But yeah, locally, no bullish CVD, nothing across 3 exchanges and tickers. So CVD was rising with the whole move up, and we are getting some aggressive shorts again into this level here, but also long. So it's fairly even. Got no speed of waves alerts yet here, so I'm still waiting for lower, and let's see if we get to previous day VWAP close.
Come down to
Let's
me,
see
baby.
here. Yeah. Nice speed of tape increasing. Like now we get some aggressive shorting
Selling
on
going
Binance. Yeah, exactly.
So
Nice.
beautiful. So beautiful. This is the level I was talking about. We were coming back up into. It was a region, but we came back up into it. It was the VWAP, your daily open, that I had a point of control pull there as well, and we got that rejection. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
I want to see the follow through on this. I want to see, we got 3 minutes left in the 15-minute candle. I want to see if it starts bouncing or if it holds down here through the 15-minute close below the. That's important to me.
Yeah.
Why? That little channel I mentioned to y'all earlier. If we bounce up to end this 15-minute candle, I'll probably hop back in, but I need to see strength in this 15-minute close. I'm not going to try and snipe it again. It's not worth it. Risk reward's not worth it. I'm watching, waiting. We got 2 minutes, 45 seconds. I'm just going to watch, just going to wait. So the volume was not tremendous coming into that low right there. It looked like it could have just been a little SFP liquidity grab. You know, take out everyone who caught the nice long, then make the move. That could have been it.
Yeah.
I'm not sold on it yet though.
But we touched the VWAP close from yesterday now to the dollar. So got that, mentioned that in the beginning of the stream. So we got there now, really nice. I love it, but still too little aggression here for me to take along. It's a fair place though, because we swing failured the previous low. Fair place to look into a long scalp. Again, I am only scalping, guys, so I'm going in quick and out again, taking profit after 100%, 100 US dollar move or 1%, and I'm taking off 50 to 75% of the position size, depending on how strong the move is. So I'm always monitoring CVD and open interest if it's supporting the move, and based on that and the reaction we are getting, I'm deciding if I take 50% off or 75, and then I'll let the rest run or get stopped out with little profit. So a little profit still better than no profit or a loss.
Aggressive shorting, like you say here, isn't there?
I got a DM question. Why would I not be trying to snipe an entry here? Because we have rejected from our own impulses value area. We came up to test the value area low, which is basically right on the point of control of this move down. Take it from high to low. 19,300 POC, 19,290 value area low. We tested it, we rejected from it. From the way I read volume, that's locally bullish or bearish. Very, very locally bearish. You can't hold its own value area. So that's why I'm not looking to snipe right here, because it's showing me bearish signs.
I'm still, again, we're after coming down into that daily level from yesterday. It was printed yesterday. Not a big area of interest for me, to be quite honest, where we are right now. That daily does not stand out to me as anything. I'm still looking for lower. I'm still at first area of interest for me will be the 18,825 area, roughly. More of a region, I suppose, than to the dollar level. But that could all change if I start to see something happening around this area. But I don't think so. I'm still waiting for that lower level, to be quite honest. I'm not getting involved right now.
No, I'm not either. There's a nice ledge sitting around 18,860. I remember that being a level I mentioned that I wanted to hold last night, 18,800. I imagine if I pull some local fibs up there, it's going to be like a 786.
We're getting some aggression here. Sorry, PC. Just
right
live
in the golden pocket.
There's a lot. Yeah, exactly. Into the 618. Like you can see it here. For example, on the higher time frame, what I marked out earlier when I mentioned we get potential to bullish CVD into the 618 or into the 786. And then if we check here on lower time frame, also we start getting some white candles printed again and alerts coming off from speed of waves. So a lot of sells with negative delta into this level. Also on other exchanges, so we see here on FTX, for example, we got a bit of a heads up for the move. And how is Binance Future looking? Binance Futures is still a bit delayed here with the data, it seems.
Let me go on and check out my old. Someone asked about the LTR. Oh yeah, we're seeing some nice shorts at the. One of them was a big long closing, but we're seeing some good action at the lows.
Yeah.
I'm not liking just this area in general. Someone asked about the TR chart. Do I use it for entry, scalping? Absolutely. I've been using this for God knows how long, almost 2 years now, 2.5 years. I've found that it works best at levels of interest, not just by itself. So that actually would have been a reactive scalp. Yeah, that would have been a good reactive scalp. If I was into taking reactive scalps on Bitcoin, that's one. Right into the local 618. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 major market orders, 3 of them being shorts, 1 of them being a long that was liquidated right at the lows. I'm seeing this on the TR chart. Imbalances, lows, imbalances, buys coming back up. Yeah, it's good for a small bounce. You know, I'm not into trading small bounces on Bitcoin. Like I've told you all before, if I take a scalp, I want one with potential to run. This is showing me mid time frame to low time frame bearish signs. So is the scalp long the one with potential to run right here? It's not. It's really not. That's why, yeah, I see reasons to take that scalp off the 618. I do. I just, I want that potential. If you want to take reactive scalps, go to alts. You'll get better percentage moves out of it. And it won't be as much of a bear to trade as Bitcoin, you know? It'll give you some nice, easier bounces to work from. Just my opinion. If you guys disagree, feel free to speak up on that one.
Now we got some imbalances also, 18,800 and around 18,600 area. 15 minutes time frame, so could still tap those. Go into the 786. Still maintain the bullish CVD on higher time frame.
Yeah, that CVD is getting quite noticeable on higher time frames. It's getting very noticeable. It's getting below any point it's been in the whole range, actually, is where it is right now. The range that we've been in since September 15th, last 2 weeks. CVD is lower now than at any point it's been throughout that entire range. And that includes those 18K lows. So be careful.
100%.
Be careful. We are seeing mid time frame bearish, high time frame bullish, low time frame. The fair value gaps are stacking like a IHOP plate of pancakes right now. Again, good reason not to fade that move.
Yep.
Oh, for any of you guys who are not familiar, because I know, again, I explained it on the daily open, daily close session last night. how I like to treat fair value gaps, how it helps really, not necessarily with scalping, it helps you avoid bad scalps is a really, really good way to put it. Look at the one, I have a dual screen, a split screen, 1 minute on one side, 5 minute on the other. I have fair value gap indicator on both of them. When I see them stacking up, the 1 minute is just one after the other right now. It's just constantly printing bearish fair value gaps. It's like an indicator that's screaming at you, do not fade this move until you get exactly what you're looking for. I don't have tons of levels of interest below, especially not where we are right now. This is telling you don't take reactive scalps. Look, just pull it up. It's FVG. Pull up the indicator on your side. Look at it on the 1 minute and the 5 minute. If you can, do a split screen. Look at them side by side. You can see what I'm seeing. It looks low time frame bearish. This is telling you do not take reactive scalps. I'm not even a fan of them to begin with, but not on Bitcoin. But this is, again, telling you don't look for them. I want the scalps with potential to run. In this particular instance, we got to get past 18,860 to even begin to think about getting a scalp that can run, because then we've cleaned out inefficiencies from the rise up. And then I like, as everyone knows. But yeah, that would be my advice: is keep an eye on those low time frame fair value gaps. They are painting a picture for you right now. They have been giving you very good advice over the last hour. Extremely good advice. Yeah, that looks nice.
Guys, this is what I'm seeing. Just a few minutes ago, I highlighted my blue zones. We've broken the lower one, which is, I'm surprised it broke so quickly, but it's a very high volume move, so you can see why it was broken. It's hard to tell on TradingView. We've got kind of volumes coming in, but if you have XO charts, you'll see it coming in. Lots of new selling. And as I highlighted earlier, if we lose these POCs, we're gunning for this liquidity low here. So I would like to see a move down below this liquidity level and a bounce somewhere in this green region. So it was, I still had an overall bearish bias from the triangle breakdown until we took the highs again. So it was some nice scalps overall. Could have some really nice scalps in this entire range the whole morning.
Decent positive delta coming in here at this previous day low on BTC USDT. Looks okay at the moment to me. ES is at previous day value area low and holding support nicely at the moment. I'd just like to keep my eye on that as well, because if that really starts dropping, you've got to change your bias slightly. You've got to have one eye on that, in my opinion. But that's holding.
Hey guys, take a look at the questions we have here. Both us and members. Alfie77. This is what I'm talking about. Just made my PTL sub by not taking a trade at the daily CC and POC. That is, I mean, you have no idea how big of a smile that puts on my face, because, giving great setups, we all obviously want to do that. But then, there's not always the fantastic setups to take. But there is always good advice to help you not lose your capital. That is very important. Absolutely. And I hope to impart that on you, because that's just as important. Yeah, just as important as winning is not losing. It all goes towards your win rate.
Absolutely. And to have that, to be able to identify, these daily levels lining up with a golden pocket and a point of control, it looks great. But it's having that experience to know which levels to trade from, which ones to step back from, and this is something Patrick, I know, is going to go over in modules, but to know when there's an overcrowded trade there, to know when to take the trade, when not to take the trade, and standing out, protecting that capital is absolutely everything. It really, really is.
Gospel.
It really, really is. I see this my screen on now.
Yeah, a lot of you have been taught to look for tons of confluence, look for overlapping lines.
No,
I say bollocks. Bollocks to that. Bollocks to that.
I agree big time. I think, yeah, let me see. Where are we? Nice. We came to a nice level on TPO. We have this kind of ledge here on the profile, and you've got this area here of consolidation. If you go down go down through the time frame, so a nice little bounce that we're getting here now. Personally, let's see how we are with volume coming in on. Yeah,
That's actually a good volume candle right there. To be honest with you,
Not bad.
it's coming nicely on the rise. I'm seeing on the TR chart 1.9, 1.5, 1.5. Yeah, we're getting some volume coming in. However, these could be people that are longing every dip. If you didn't snipe the low,
exactly.
Is this confirmation? Heck no.
Nope.
Heck no.
No. Absolutely. I'm not getting involved just yet either. Definitely not. I'd like a little lower. Or if we come over here, let's see. Like we kind of just sliced through that previous day equilibrium. So I'd like to see the reaction it gets when it revisits it as resistance, should we get there.
We actually
a level I'm going to look at.
The top of this bounce has retested the value area high of the previous impulse up. That's important to me. If you want to know what's going to happen in the future, look at the past. I want to get back above that value area high. We just tapped and rejected from it on that move up. So I'm not seeing anything that's making me want to jump into a long just yet. There's a little bit of volume, but again, you got to learn how to read volume contextually. You don't have to say, oh, it's high volume, it's time to enter, bam. It could be people just buying the dip before it goes down lower. It's very, very possible. What are your thoughts of the potential of still having a move down to clear up those remaining efficiencies at 18.2K? Oh, it's on the table. Like I said last night, that is 110% on the table. We have, let me go ahead, inefficiencies going down to 18.2K. I still have a case to be made. Here we go. That we head towards, I had a channel I posted. I don't know if my screen's up or not, but either way, we have a channel that I've put in. It's been very nice for the past few weeks. The low, if we were to test the low, would be around 18,200. I pulled some local volume on the session daily open. There are inefficiencies down there. And I said this at the beginning, you cannot, as long as you see uncleared inefficiencies on nearby impulses, you cannot rule out the possibility of a move down to clear them out. You just can't. So, you could be fighting a downtrend if you're trying to long this the entire day. I just want to put that in your mind because I'm trying to help you guys not lose as much as I am win.
That's very important. We did get nice sell volume into that low.
Yeah.
Very nice sell volume into that low. We got great sell volume into that low. That's one thing. And like being able to switch our bias as well is very important. I'm liking it. I'm liking it now.
There's lots of trap shorts right now, but we've had a small rally, so that could be enough to take them out. It's still a bearish trend overall.
Amy, you are hit the nail on the head. What I'm seeing is good buying at the lows, but I'm seeing just as much. You could call it FOMO buying at the lows, trying to snipe. I'm seeing enough of that buying where a move down to rinse them out is very, very plausible.
100%. Like we got, instead of waves, if you check it out, we got the same amount, more or less, of buys and sells. And they were also leveling out the delta. So it was really, even if there is a lot of shorts, still an area that is a bit risky for me, but on the trend reversal chart I use for clusters, we formed a very small cluster, nothing major I would trade off, but most of the time we get a nice reaction in either way. So how I look at it here is basically mark out this level here, and then I mark out this level here, and see if we are basically moving down, backtesting this level, or moving up and backtesting this level. So let me see if I can draw here easily. No, not that easily. So anyhow, let's see if we get a move down, backtest this level for a reaction, or we reclaim it and then backtest it for a long. Yeah, small cluster here, really nice. Did not have one for the last few days. Like if we scroll back here, we don't. Oh, speed of tape. We are getting some aggression in or across the board. Where are those alerts coming off now?
So just to answer a quick question, I'm seeing from a couple of different people about equity markets. NASDAQ specifically is the one I've been looking at since Paul turned me onto it. Are we eyeing that during this move? You know, it's more contextual. Like if NASDAQ comes down and hits a high time frame support level, I'm not going to smash the crypto, whether it's alt or Bitcoin. I'm not going to smash the buy button as soon as NASDAQ hits that level. Sometimes it's leading by a hair. You still got to have your levels on your assets that you trade, but you can start looking at if they're hitting around the same time, it gives you a little extra confluence in that trade. Yeah. But you can't use it as a direct, like, boom, this is there, I have to enter here. I would not recommend that.
Agreed.
One eye and 5-10%, confluence is useful. It is actually now looking like it's going to lose previous day value area lower, the ES, but we'll see. We'll see that. They do track each other, don't they? I think more so BTC follows the ES, but yeah, you can't base a whole trade on it. But if you start seeing it dropping, certainly, the last thing you want to be doing is looking for a long. If you see it dropping really, really quickly, then you need to exercise caution and watch your capital. I would say until you see something that's a grade A trade on BTC, and it's just not worth risking the capital.
Exactly, guys. Get this mindset. Be picky. Even though we're talking, this is a scalping session, you can be picky with your scalps. I'm very picky with my scalps, but you got to be honest with yourself. Most trades are scalps. Most of the trades that everyone in this call is looking to take is a scalp. Whether you think it has potential to be a day trade, whether you think it has potential to be a swing trade, it is 95 to 98% most likely a scalp. So just treat it as such. That's if I can impart anything on this call, that's what I would impart.
Yeah, very true. And I think from earlier on, that played out perfectly, what you just said. So we got what was supposed to be just a little scalp entry, which is now turned into a possible day trade. We are up 3.5% or 3.2% from the entry, which started off as a simple scalp. Take profit one fairly quickly and leave the rest run.
And again, did I catch the short? No. Am I surprised where it rejected? Heck no. Look at the potential range that I put up. We were in there for a solid almost 24 hours, like 20, 21 hours. We were in that little potential range we drew out. We broke it with high volume. We back tested it, which was also the point of control and value area low of the move down, and we rejected. I am not surprised in the slightest. Hence why I'm not looking to fade this move with the scalp long. Not yet, at least. But it's, it's having your mid time frame context feed into your low time frame data. If you're just looking at low time frame data to scalp, you're only looking at half the picture. Because if I'm looking at the 1 to 5 minute, well, to be honest with you, 1 to 5 minute fair value gaps are telling me do not long this, stay the hell away from it. So that's a pretty clear indicator. But if you had just been watching low time frame like TR volume, again, if you've been taught how to use this incorrectly, you entered a scalp a little while ago. You probably did not get to TP1, most likely. And you're already back at entry, if not in underwater. If you've been watching low time frame volume only, you got to put all this stuff together. Not as simple as just using one chart. You got to use multiple data sets. And there we go. Taking out lows, just like that.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Fair value gaps, man. I'm telling you, on the low time frame, once I saw this pattern, it helped me tremendously. It's not necessarily with wins, because you can get wins if you feel like trading with a low time frame trend. If you're feeling a little aggressive, I don't usually feel that way. I used to, but I don't anymore. But man, does it help you not fade these moves. It really, truly does. It's a big help. Yeah, she's coming. Let's see, low time frame volume. Honest with you, the daily CVD at negative 26 mil, it's nothing to write home about. That could keep getting much, much bigger. When I start taking notice, and I'm looking at my TR chart, it tracks the daily CVD. When I start seeing it at like 200 mil, either negative or positive, that's when I start getting a little bit, my ears start perking up. PCTR? We'll get it, baby.
PCTR.
Don't you worry. The correct way,
nice one.
the high probability way. If you use the way that everyone else was taught, you just lost a trade. If you use PCTR, you are not in that trade. There are different ways to use that data.
And for everybody that's watching us on YouTube, guys, don't forget to smash up those likes. Smash them up good. Smash them up good. Oh, yeah. Oh, so funny. PCTR. PCTR.
I told you we're going to rename a fib called PC. I'm not going to give the number out. If you saw it, you know it. But we already have a fib that's renamed the PC. Yeah, it's coming down beautifully. Again, this is a situation where do not fight this move. You either have a level of interest to the downside, you're waiting for it, or you're just watching. You're watching and seeing how data develops. It's one of the two boats right now. You should not be sitting there with your hand hovering over the buy button. If you do that, put your hand out in front of you, take your other hand and slap it.
Slap it.
And say, get away.
Good one, yeah.
I know somebody out there is. I know somebody is just waiting to smash that buy. I'm telling you, wait. It's not the best move right now. Just wait.
But yeah, should we wrap it up, guys? Got a nice session over an hour now.
Yeah. Yep.
And we will be inside the Pro Traders launch the rest of today, sharing charts and ideas and updating you on the topics we discussed now. And if you have any questions, just let us know, tag us in the Discord, and we will see you later on Elliott Wave session with Eunice and General.
Ciao. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Remember, this is paper trading for educational purposes only, and it was a pleasure to have you here on our Scalping Corner for New York Open. See you next week or on later session.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Cheers.
Good luck.